96.7 is Wcxo, Carlisle.
This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. WCXO Sports, powered by the Union Banner at Union Banner on Facebook. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station. Presents Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin' Sports is powered by Traditions Portrait Design in Carlisle. For photography, business, and professional service, it's Traditions. Talkin' Sports is brought to you by Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. First Bank in Breeze. Lee's Sports in Nashville. McKendree University in Lebanon. Country Financial Representative Marvin Gerdes in New Baden, Seaver Brothers in Carlisle, and by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin' Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Talkin' Sports. Rip here in the Wigman Ford studio. Coming up today, we'll go to the gridiron with modern-day coach Jim Stiebel, and then it's off to the pitch for MD coach James Arnold. Plus, as always, on a Saturday, we have the Easy on Travel Trivia Quiz at 594-2576, 594-2576. Today, you can shake loose a $15 gift certificate to Home Plate BBQ in Carlisle. But it's time for scores and stuff off the very top, and it is brought to you by Hoffman Auto Body, located just 7 miles north of Carlisle. When your car or truck needs, well, when it gets in a crash, and it will, unfortunately, and it won't be your fault, I know, but go see Hoffman Auto Body. They will take care of you. Off we go, down south, actually, to Carterville for the president of John Logan College. I'm pretty sure it's Scott Warrensman. Scott, welcome back.
I appreciate that, Rip. I don't know which part is true, but I guess I am Scott Marsman. But thanks for having me back.
Wanted to give you a promotion.
Thank you.
Well, let's begin with high school football. It's been scattered, a Thursday night game or two, and last night and so forth. We got it. This Tropical Gordon guy, he can ditch it, you know?
He is throwing some rain, and I'm telling you, yesterday I went to a softball game down here at 4:30 in Marion.
Yes.
And by 5 o'clock, it poured and rained it out. But to the west of me in Carbondale, it was bright and sunny, and they started football games down here, and most of them made it into about the third quarter, but they all had lightning delays, and then they stopped them all, and supposed to play them all on Monday.
Oh, on Monday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's going to be an interesting week, won't it? Monday and Friday tilts, so. All right. Well,
That's
tough. We did have some action, of course, last night. One of the games was here in Carlisle, and Redbud edged Carlisle 14-8. The Indians' solo score came on a Caleb Dart to Lane Heisman 19-yard touchdown pass. That was nice, but that was it. So the Indians fall. Thursday night, Central was shut out by Freeburg 28-zip. The Midgets led 21-zip at the break. Westland was crushed last night by Nashville. Oh, the Hornets got... That's a highly touted team. 54-love was the final there. The Warriors dipped to 1-2, but Nashville's good up and down. Young kids, vets, whatever.
And that's a score that I don't know if I was surprised that Nashville won the game, but I thought I was with that big of a margin with what Coach Collins had going over at Westland to start the year.
They have given up a lot of points, though, and I'm sure they'll do their best or will get that corrected. In the game on Max 96.7 last evening, Mater Dei just clubbed Althoff 47-0. More on that game ahead. The Central Orphans, tough start for them, Scott. They're 0-3. Were tripped up by Jerseyville at Jersey, 21-14 in overtime Thursday night.
Yeah, it's tough out of the gates for the Orphans. You know, the success they'd had the last about 12 years against Salem and losing that game to start the year. And then, like you said, they're now 0-3. But I think kind of throwing a wrench into the things was playing that game on Wednesday. But obviously Jerseyville was playing the game on Thursday as well. But I think that does a little bit with your preparation, or definitely has to.
You would think so, and of course it's a big void there when you lose somebody like Javon Williams. What a tank!
Oh, it's a huge void, and he's getting a lot of publicity down here at in our area since he's over at SIU and got some carries last week in their season opener. But on the offensive side of the ball for the Orphans, that's a huge void for what Javon could do. I mean, he's multi-talented, be able to throw the ball, and he was tough to bring down. I mean, at that high school level, he was a load.
And, of course, Scott, Coach Stewart's son, Cole, is down there he's a redshirt freshman now, doing some tight end work and maybe some long snapping, at least in reserve for the Salukis too. So we got that local flavor going on. Yeah,
we do. Both of them, I can see getting some playing time here in the very near future. And like we said about Javon, he came in and I can see him moving spots, if you will. They're kind of loaded at quarterback, and they got a good one that came back after an injury. But he's just so talented that he could probably succeed wherever they try to put him.
I would think so. Mount Vernon won a game. I don't know how long it's been. I know it's the first this year, and I'm not sure if they won last year, but they dealt Triad a 25-17 defeat. The Rams are on hard times.
It's been tough up in Jefferson County for Rams football. I know. As watching them play against the Orphans the last few years, Central's had a lot of success against Mount Vernon, and things have been tough, but congrats getting that win under their belt.
Back to Thursday, Columbia crowned Salem 35-6. In other games last night was Vandalia 37, Greenville 21, and Highland blew out Marion 49-14. The Highland Bulldogs, Scott, as you are quite aware, that is a football team year after year.
They are very talented in the 5A rankings, and as was Marion. Marion came in undefeated and had two very good games to start the year, but ran into Highland yesterday over at Highland, and that is a very tough football team.
So the Cats were 2-0?
They were, yeah. They had played their first game on a Saturday, I believe, against Rochelle.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, they were going into that game 2-0.
Okay, very good. Cardinals, I don't know about surprised. I'm not sure why I used that word, Scott, but they were knocked off last night in Motown. Jimmer Candelario lifted a long fly, went the opposite way, and his two-run homer off Jordan Hicks gave the Bengals a 5-3 victory. So another one of those, every loss is tough this time of year, but the Cardinals had him 3-1, and it slipped away.
Yeah, it did, and Hicks has kind of been up and down. We see him where he's throwing 103 miles an hour and blowing people away. Then we see him throwing 103 miles an hour and he's walking people. And then something like this happens last night with the walk-off. But I'm sure the last time I probably was on your show, we were thinking, let's get ready for 2019. And then I went to the game in July, right before they fired Matheny, and that's when they played horrible against the Reds. Both games, the Friday night game. And, things have just turned around a complete 180, and you're winning series after series, and got yourself into, I believe, a game lead in that second wild card spot. And like you said, every game now is very important here in September.
But now they've scuffled. That's 4 losses in 6 against the Reds and 1 against the Nats and Detroit. Not exactly powerhouses.
No, and those are the ones that you got to win. If you can at least get another series under your belt, you're still going to have games at the end of the year against the Cubs. But Cubs were rained out last night in Washington. But you would just like to see it if that series is going to mean something. Be within shouting distance when it comes down to the end.
So are you okay with the Mike Schilt hiring? I say, what was the rush? I mean, you had a whole month. If you want to, I mean, he wasn't going anywhere. The guy everybody's after is Stubby Clapp.
Yeah, and I know that was the whole thing that Mo in the front office was answering was, why did we make this move now? And I don't know if they made the move to quiet everything down after the season, that, the McGuires are out there, or the Mattingleys, or the Girardis, or whoever's going to be out there, that
money,
they would think that would look better in this uniform and the money for them. And so
they're paying Matheny. And I'm not saying Schilt won't be the right answer. Who knows? But I'm saying, what's the hurry? I mean, they may dip just above 500, and now it's on him, man. Schilt. If they fail, he's the one in charge now, and because a lot of things went his way getting there. The bullpen was revamped. Fowler got injured. That was a huge plus. They got rid of Cocky Tommy. That was a great trade by Mo. So a lot of things, the timing was good there for you. You don't like that comment? I think he was a cancer on the team, Cocky Tommy.
I'm laughing because of the best thing I think out of that, and you don't want to wish injury on
Fowler.
people, was Fowler getting injured. The second best thing was moving him to that 60-day disabled list.
Right. But the thing is, Scott, he was playing them way too often instead of Jose Martinez and Bader and so forth. This took away his options. Now they're getting all the PT and for the most part, shining.
Yeah, and you know, I think that we all knew that Matheny was a player's coach, and he was going to run those veterans out there. And you know, it sounds like Adam Wainwright's going to come back, and
Monday night.
I'm sure Schultz going to give him the chance. And I just hope that it's not the 84-mile-an-hour fastball that he's been throwing up there.
I know it.
You know, let the guys who have earned it play. It doesn't matter if they're the veterans or not. And I mean, you see what happens when Bader gets on base. I mean, the other night
he's
when
dynamic
from first base, yeah, he's something else.
He really is. I don't know if he can do this over a course of a whole season, but I hope so. I'm not sure.
He plays all out.
Wcxo, he's probably done. I saw that coming. Who didn't at the start of the year? You knew he was going to get hurt at some point. And he had a tremendous season going too.
He had a great season going, and it sounds like it's that same injury from, I believe, the 13 or 14 season, right behind the shoulder blade, where you know he was out the majority of the second half, and Matheny brings him back against the Giants in that playoff game, and of course he gives up the home run there, and that's unfortunate. I mean, we know injuries happen to everybody, but he did have a pretty good season going.
Yep, the Cubbies and Nats rained out, so they play a twin bill today. Milwaukee won last night. Arizona over Atlanta. The Dodgers clipped Colorado. Philly was a winner, too, all involved in the division and wild card races there. The White Sox were tripped up by the Angels. I mentioned that because, we have a few Sox. But Shohei Ohtani, he homered again. That's the third straight game, and that's despite the good possibility of having Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, you know, he's a dynamic ball player to be able to do what he's doing. I mean, that's something we don't see anymore in this game.
Houston wins over Boston. That could be a preview of the post. The Yankees shut out Seattle. Oakland wins again. 85 victory for the Athletics, just as you predicted.
Just as I predicted. I mean, that Stephen Piscotty trade was a shot in the arm for the A's, and you know he has seemed like he's played a little bit better once he's got out there, and we know the reasons why, and that's good for him. I thought Piscotty was going to be a guy that would help out here, but I'm glad he's doing his thing with the A's.
But you know what? If the Cardinals would have thought he would have had this kind of a season, he would have never been traded. I don't care what they say about the situation, the health situation in his family. If you're good, he wouldn't have been dealt. They got rid of him because they didn't think he was any good anymore.
That's right. They thought that his time had passed. You know, it was kind of sophomore jinx and then some. And here's a kid out of Stanford that was very good. We thought he was going to be good. It just didn't come to fruition. But you put him to a different scene, and things change.
Another young pitcher is destined for Tommy John, Michael Kopech. I'm telling you, they don't take care of these guys in a proper manner from young on. They throw too. Quit throwing in the off season when you're a kid, especially. Let that arm rest. Play basketball. Play whatever. Get away from it.
You know what? I'd always heard when you were younger growing up, you didn't want to throw the curveball because that put the strain on the elbow.
That too.
And then it was these guys that were having Tommy John that threw 99 miles an hour, or it was these guys that were throwing all the time or throwing a ton during the off season. So it's a head scratcher on what it is, but it's, you know, you don't want to say it's a career threatening injury. You don't want someone to have that surgery, but the ones that have had it that have seemed like they've been able to come back successfully now.
They have, but he's going to miss another year and a half. We never had anybody get hurt when we were playing. I mean, it's ridiculous. A lot of stuff is being done wrong. The Illini, they almost done something wrong last week, but they squeezed out a victory, and now they have Western Illinois, those Leathernecks today. It's a night game.
You know, yeah, it's a night game up in Chambana, and luckily for Illinois, there was a second half to that ball game because I know if it would have been after the first 30 minutes, there was a lot of folks on edge and a lot of people who I know that were at that ball game that had exited early. And, I don't see it getting a whole lot better.
Probably not.
For Illinois, and I thought on paper the Big Ten was going to be just world beaters. Penn State had the close game with
Appalachian.
With Appalachian State, Michigan, and their Rex Ryan of a coach, Jim Harbaugh, comes out and gets beat in their first game. So I don't know if the Big Ten is what I thought it was going to be, but I still just Illinois is not there yet. Bottom line.
Nope, long season, but Mizzou hosts Wyoming this evening. The Salukis are down at Ole Miss, and a lot of games on hand today. Of course, Alabama 1-0. There's a shocker, and their new quarterback. Their quarterback is Tua. Jalen Hurts. Now, did I see where he might redshirt?
There was talk of that, and I think Saban, who's going to be there until about 2025,
at least
got to be one of the smarter guys because he's not giving anything away until it's the start of the season. Because if he says anything over the summer, somebody's going to transfer, and he keeps both of them in there working hard. And I mean, I think he probably made the right call with starting Tua, but I mean, I just go back to what happened in that championship game for him to have the guts to take this guy out.
It worked.
Got him there.
Yeah.
And it worked.
I would have never he's a bit closer than we are, but I would have never done that. Man, that kid caught on fire, and then they won. The NFL has started. I myself don't care, but what about you?
I will check out a Dallas game here or there, and I'm still in a fantasy league, but I struggle with that as well.
You Cowboys. Let's see, the Basketball Hall of Fame, which has to be the lousiest Hall of Fame by far. I mean, they let you got NBA, college, I think junior high, the people who sweep the floors. This is a stupid Hall of Fame.
And I haven't got the call yet, so I'm still waiting.
You may. But the people who deserve to be in a Basketball Hall of Fame and NBA fame, especially Ray Allen, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, they are among the ones that went in last night. So Grant Hill really did it in college, right? He was hurt all the time in the NBA.
He was hurt. And I think what he did coming from Duke, we all thought he was going to have a stellar NBA career, and he would have, but the ankle injuries got him, and it just kind of derailed him.
Yeah, those are tough. I mean, it's just you come back too early, and it's a chronic thing. The Blues are about ready to face off in practice next Friday. Unbelievable.
It's still hot and humid down here, and we're talking about the ice, but every year, they get fired up and get skating here sometime in October.
And Scott, this is the year.
Is that right?
Well, in fact, I've already been told we won the cup in the summer, so I never did see the cup or the parade, but I hear we won the cup in the summer.
That's what I heard.
Congrats to the Blues.
I wouldn't mind going on one of those cup tours myself, so I'd love to see it happen here.
Me too. Gosh, I would love it. I've been around since the expansion years, but to 67, 60. The U.S. Open tennis, the lovely Serena meets Naomi Osaka. That might be underway, or is that later today? That'd be later today. Yeah.
That is this afternoon, and actually, my brother and his wife are in New York, and they're getting to go to that women's final. They have some connection out there, so
that's great.
I'd love to hear what it's like out on the center court out there. And I know on the men's side, a couple upsets early in the week with Federer getting beaten and Nadal having to pull out the other day.
He pulled out. That was last night, right? Or yesterday. I'm mixed up on days now.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah. And so it's Del Potro against the Joker. But what about Nadal and team? Almost 5 hours. Ended at 2:00 in the morning.
Even back in the summer, I can't remember if it was the Wimbledon or French Open, but there were the matches that they had to run over 2 days because they went 6 hours, and we got another match coming, and we're going to suspend it. I mean, you got to be in shape to do that.
It's amazing. And I didn't mean I didn't scoff at I actually would love to see U.S. Open in person. Not so much Serena, but otherwise the whole thing surrounding the U.S. Open. That's great. I used to go a lot.
Yeah,
quite a few tennis matches in St. Louis. Connors, Becker.
Right.
Borg. Yeah, probably Boris Becker though too. And man, that was good. In golf, Xander Schauffele leads the BMW Championship. Schauffele, kind of like that name there. Two rounds to go though.
2 rounds to go. Still has the lead. We'll see what happens over. It's moving day. It's Saturday, so see what happens.
It's moving day, and NASCAR. Speaking of moving, they are in Indy tomorrow. They're always at Indy now. They never used to be there. Now they're 2-3 times a year.
Yeah, it seems like they go there a little more often than what they had in the past with the old Brickyard.
Well, don't they have officially the Brickyard 500? Is that the NASCAR race?
They do have a Brickyard race.
Yeah, and then this one and whatever else. They just pop in there for a scrimmage from time to time. Nothing wrong with that. Shirts and skins. Here we go. Because she's gone, okay? So, all right, Scott. Well, thanks a bunch. Take care. Try and get away from the dampness if you can down there.
I will, Rip. Thanks for having me. Stay dry on this gloomy Saturday.
You got it. Scott Wortham on Scores and Stuff, brought to you by Hoffman Auto Body, located just 7 miles north of Carlisle. When your car or truck needs major repairs, minor repairs, whatever the case may be, see Hoffman Auto Body. Jim Stiebel, James Arnold, In Between Trivia. It's all due up this morning on Talkin' Sports. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan, and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler, Jeep, Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
As a business owner, you know that every year brings new challenges and opportunities. The success of your business demands expertise and focus, and Country Financial can help you keep that focus by helping ensure you have the right insurance protection in place to meet your goals. Marvin Gertis, your Country Financial representative in New Baden, can help you create a customized insurance plan that has coverages designed just for your business. Call Marvin Gertis today, 588-7112. Coverages may vary by state. Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Bloomington. Start saving on your heating bills today with a 7 Series or 5 Series water furnace from Tunya Service Company. The 7 Series water furnace is the world's most efficient geothermal system. In addition to big savings on your heating costs, the 7 Series and the 5 Series water furnace carries a 10-year parts and labor warranty. For a free estimate and the world's most experienced geothermal team, call Tunya Service Company in Damiansville today, 248-5130.
Remember what it was like to expect the unexpected?
I never realized it was so complex.
Guess what? The feeling's back.
You're on Max.
Welcome back, everybody. Rip here in the dry and comfy Weekend Ford studio. Let's take a ride on the H&H Computer Services guest line to Breeze for Mater Dei Knights football coach Jim Stiebel. Jim, welcome back to Talkin' Sports.
Glad to be here, Rip. Glad to be here.
Especially after last night. You make your first appearance of the fall after dumping those Althoff Crusaders in your home opener. You lit them up for 47 in the first half.
Yeah, it was amazing night. Probably top 5 as a coach of being super efficient. I just don't remember many games that go that smoothly in all aspects of the game. So, just a tribute to our boys and how they took this game very serious and circled this one on there and made sure that we got that trophy back.
Yeah, the Holy Grail, and they must have taken it serious. So it was only close for one period. It was 11-1 after the first stanza, and a field goal kicked you off.
Yeah, we've been working on that a lot in the off season here, and I think Putty has the potential doing that at a college level if he really sets his mind to it and keeps working at it and continues to improve. And anytime we get an opportunity inside that 30, he's going to get that opportunity. And this was from 33? I couldn't tell you exactly,
yeah,
but it was in his range, and we took it, and we had plenty of leg left in it.
Very good. Petker, and his first name now escapes me, Jim.
Nolan Putker.
Okay. Well, very good. Congrats to him. You don't have to go that many years back. It was rare to see extra points, let alone field goals at the high school level, but that has really changed.
Yeah, it has. So the kids are getting better and better, with experience. So you'll see more of that.
But 11 counters in the first quarter, then you stuffed that scoreboard for 36 in the second period. Not that this is any concern of yours. You're not with Althoff anymore, but what's happened there, man? They have been drilled the first 3 games.
Well, it's a combination of a couple things. I think the teams that they were playing, those first 2 games, IC and Chicago, they won state the last 2 years, I think, in 3A. And we played them about 2 or 3 years ago, I think 2 years ago, and they were tough as can be, and those same kids are seniors now.
Wow.
Sorry, I got kids in the background all of a sudden. Where were we?
We're talking about Althoff's opponents.
Oh, yeah. And then the next game they played, they have 2 kids. One kid looked like Herschel Walker, and another kid is going to Notre Dame. And so they're super, good teams that they were playing. And they lost a lot of seniors. And we're pretty darn good this year and super efficient. So
all the forces, yeah.
Perfect storm. And this offseason, we really worked hard on if we had man cover one single safety. And, we kept all of the plays that we've been working on in our pocket. And there's about 4 plays that we work on all year and make sure we're ready for that because that's been a Achilles heel of ours, playing against a team that's just plays 0 against us and mans everybody up and tries to take everything away. And we hit on all cylinders on those, and we didn't use them, so we didn't know it was coming. And obviously you saw, some of the catches that was made by Hockey. He's a super talent, 6'5", about 185, 190-pound kid that is just super confident in his ability and has that ability. And nobody knew that, but now they do, and now they have to worry about him, and they're going to have to press him and put somebody over the top, or they're in trouble. And if they do that, we're going to run all over them. So it's going to be a fun year.
26, 51, and 47 points through 3. You could add more, of course, and you've given up just 33. And Mitchell Hockey, beneficiary of some nice throws, I'm sure, from Travis Jasper, but he made 3 touchdown catches, didn't he?
Yeah, I think at one time Mitchell Hockey had 2 touchdowns in 7 seconds.
Is that right?
So that's a complete backbreaker. So I mean, I just watched the film a little bit ago, and you could just see the hands go down, heads go down from Alcoff.
They knew.
That's when we had him. They knew it was done.
It was the clincher.
Exactly.
Meanwhile,
but
Travis.
Go
ahead.
I got to say about our defense, and Coach Dooley had them, clicking on all cylinders. He had a game plan to stop outside zone, and I don't think they got 40 yards in the first half on that. I think they eventually ended up with about 60-something, but he just took that away and worked on it all week, and the kids bought in. And, I just watched a couple plays where he went to cut back, and we had guys in every lane, and it was just very impressive to see our guys execute the way they did.
Coach Dools, he has some knowledge. He's pretty steady.
You bet. It's great to have him. He's like my best buddy out there. Any issues, just bounce it off a guy that's been through it all, too. So, we're going to have a fun year, and it's been exciting so far.
Well, we certainly know about him over at Carlisle High, so a lot of experience. And to Travis Jasper, of course, it keyed off him in the O-line, whatever, but he led that parade. Now, what was he responsible actually for? 5 touchdowns, 6? How'd that go down, Jim? Through 4, maybe?
I don't have it right.
Okay. It was hard to keep up with.
But
sure.
He was 9 of 10 at halftime.
9 of 10.
And with all those touchdowns in the bank already. He didn't play really the second half except one series and hand the ball off and then ran it once for a first down. It's nice to have a kid coming off asking for the play with a smile on his face and a grin and with a little giggle in his laugh. It just takes the pressure off. I haven't had that type of kid to work with very often. Kids that come to mind is like Detmer and Calvin Schutz that's, playing still. So, I think this kid's got a lot of ability and got a lot in his tank and is going to lead this team far this year.
Man, you're just too happy this morning, Jim. As a coach, surely you're going to find something to complain about, right? You gotta punch him with something.
We got some work to do up front. Trust me, we do. But we'll get to that on Monday. We'll enjoy this for the weekend.
But your club is now 3-0. You also posted wins over Effingham and Marquette on the road. But yeah, your quarterback is dealing, and so did Reed Brummeyer get some time under center last night.
He sure did, and he ran a couple nice runs as well. With the twos. And that's another really impressive thing that we talked about as a coaching staff is our JV team played, the second half and didn't give up a score. And I thought really played well and played hard against their ones, too. So, that's really a testament to what we got going on in the future here.
Yeah, I figured they got a lot of minutes, which is great. And Logan Rotterman, the main man, I suppose, out of that backfield. What about his season to date? It's been pretty spectacular, huh?
He's been super, super solid. And last week he had 200 yards. So obvious. Altoff had to be thinking we must take him away. And he was a decoy all night and worked to our advantage and still did well. So that's how Travis Jasper went off running the ball. And we ran outside zone the first 2 weeks, heavy. And then this week, I think we ran it once or twice, and it was all counter off of that outside zone and play action off of that outside zone, and that's what we hit, and we hit every one of our spokes too.
Wow.
So we didn't have a special play that we didn't throw out there that wasn't effective.
Bullseye. And on that defensive side of the ball, I'm sure you guys are swarming. Who's maybe one or two of the top tacklers thus far through three?
I looked at that. Nick Seelhofer's been, our leader out there, of course, and calls the defense and making a lot of plays. But Juice Tolley, that's his nickname, Justin Tolley. We call him Juice.
I like that.
But he had the best game of his life. I think he had five or seven tackles and was just all over the place. You couldn't run outside zone. He was faster than the running back on the field last night.
That's impressive.
Also, Drew Timmerman, I didn't even realize it, had 3 sacks last night. So you got to give some props to him. He's really playing hard and physical and fast. Really understanding the game now.
Timmermans. We never run out of Timmermans, right?
No, we don't. No, plenty of them around here, and keep them coming because they're all athletic and fast.
Hey, you brought up Colin Schutz. Maybe that was last week, I guess, when he got his first victory I suppose he started, right? Yes, he did. I couldn't tell you the score, but it was a high-scoring, close game, 40-something, 30-something, I think it was, and they ended up victorious and didn't even know it. They had a bye week this weekend, and he was at the game and came up and said hi, and it was great to see a kid have success like that. And he's up in Wisconsin.
Exactly, on the border there, Platteville, and he's loving it.
And who else? Roughly how many others do you have playing from last year or two?
That's it.
Is it?
I can think of. Yeah, that's it. We didn't have a lot of guys go and do that, nor do we usually. But hopefully things will change. We start winning some championships around here. The kids play like that, the way they did last night, consistent. And we'll probably have some more kids playing. And I think this, a lot of the kids on this team have the potential and opportunity to do that. It just depends if they choose to do so.
What's that field goal kicker? Let's see, how many years for you now as the Knights head coach, Jim?
Oh, man, I don't keep count, but I'm guessing it's around 8 or 9.
Somewhere in that neighborhood, huh?
But I'm just focusing on what we have next week, and next week is going to be Freeburg, and if we get a hold of that film, we're going to be all over it. We saw them play Friday night against Central,
right?
And they look very efficient, very solid.
Yeah, they've had a good start.
We're going to have our hands full, and they're big and strong and look the part. Not the usual Freeburg the last couple of years. So we're going to have our hands full, and we're going to have to be ready to go this week as well.
And finally, we talked about duels there. You have a large coaching staff there. But I do want to ask you about Glenn Monken because he's back, and I'm sure he's probably got another 5-year extension.
Yeah, I've lost track of how many years he's been coaching, but I think it's somewhere in the 57, 58 years, and he's been there every year. that I've been at Mater Dei, and last night he was more passionate than probably I've ever seen him at, I don't know how old he is. He was probably 82 going on 83. And,
pretty amazing.
He was all fired up and excited at that game.
That's great. That's great. Your principal's back too in the sidelines, so it's a good
he's
group,
up,
definitely.
He's the eye in the sky, and does a great job of keeping me calm and collected. And Daniel Litteken, his son as well, is up there on the headset and keeping an eye on the defensive backfield and making sure that they let me know when we see something big that we can take advantage of, and we did.
Very good, Jim. Thanks. Congrats, and we'll post you up later on.
All right. Thank you very much. Go Knights.
Go Knights. He got that baby in there. All right, that's Jim Steele. We've heard from Scott Wernsman. We'll dip away and come on back with trivia and James Arnold, too. Stick and stay.
Get mouth-watering flavor at a jaw-dropping price at Your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's. Charbroiled sliders are starting at just $1.25. Get them as a single or get them as a double. And get as many as you want. Plus, enjoy the entire Red Burrito menu. And tomorrow morning, try the new made-from-scratch honey butter biscuits. Get unhungry now at Your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's.
If you're an athlete, coach, official, or fan, you need Lee Sports in Nashville. Lee Sports has it all for teams and individuals. From uniforms, shoes and equipment, to coaches apparel and officials gear. And Lee Sports carries name brands like Under Armour, Mizuno, Rawlings, and Adidas. Lee Sports also stocks a complete line of spirit wear and offers screen printing and custom embroidery, plus trophies, awards, and personalized items. Lee Sports in Nashville, your complete sporting goods headquarters.
Hi, everybody. I'm horse racing's Alyssa Ali, and you're listening to Talkin' Sports, Max 96.7.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
If you're in the market for a new home, refinance, or even a second home, give me a call today. I'm Anne Marie Tabin at First Bank in Breeze. With almost 20 years of experience, I can guide you through the process of finding a mortgage product from First Bank that is right for you. Give me, Anne Marie Tabin, a call today, 526-7724. First Bank in Breeze, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Do you mind if I turn on the radio?
The music is great and it doesn't cost anything.
It's Max 96.7.
Hello, boys and girls. We're up here in the Whitney Ford studio on this Saturday morning. Still ahead, Coach James Arnold, and right about now, trivia.
It's time for the Easy In Travel Trivia Quiz on Talkin' Sports. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel in Breeze. Call 526-2201.
That erupts at 9:39. That right on the nose. That time drop brought to you by Zirin Funeral Home in Carlisle. Speaking of tennis, that's what the question's on. And all of this is brought to you by, well, we're going to have a $15 gift certificate to Home Plate Barbecue and Family Restaurant in Carlisle today if you win, okay? Shelly and the gang are passing that off. You, as I back up, you're eligible to play unless you're someone in your household has won in the last 8 weeks. Number 2, you can't be affiliated with or related to anyone here at Max 96.7 or Easy in Travel, and so forth. Who wrote this stuff? All right, 594-2576, 594-2576 is our number. It is on U.S. Open tennis history. In fact, it's on the most remarkable talent to ever come from our neighborhood, Belleville's Jimmy Connors. Who did Jimmy beat to win his final U.S. Open championship? Mats Wilander, Yvonne Lendl, or John McEnroe, the bad boy? Well, Nastas, there are a few of them. Name the player that Jimmy Connors knocked off to claim his last Open crown. Wilander, Lendl, or McEnroe. You can buzz us, 594-2576, 594-2576.
Hey, it's Bill on the road from Mornings with Scott and Casey. You hear me talking each week about travel, and one of my favorite things about driving across America is finding great food. And lucky for you, Mama's on the Hill in St. Louis is a super easy road trip destination. Authentic Italian favorites like baked lasagna, spaghetti, and tortellini, thin crust St. Louis-style pizza, and yes, Mama's on the Hill is the birthplace of toasted ravioli. Check out their menu online at mamasonthehill.com. Mama's on the Hill, on the Hill in St. Louis.
If you're an athlete, coach, official, or fan, you need Lee Sports in Nashville. Lee Sports has it all for teams and individuals. From uniforms, shoes and equipment, to coaches apparel and officials gear. And Lee Sports carries name brands like Under Armour, Mizuno, Rawlings, and Adidas. Lee Sports also stocks a complete line of spirit wear and offers screen printing and custom embroidery, plus trophies, awards, and personalized items. Lee Sports in Nashville, your complete sporting goods headquarters.
This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports is brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, HSHS St. Joseph Hospital, Breeze, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, Southern OBGYN Associates, Med Plus Physical Medicine and Brett's Wildlife Lodge, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman, Central Illinois Truck Service, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and by the Carlisle and Breeze Hardys. WCXO Sports, powered by the Union Banner at Union Banner on Facebook. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station.
Welcome to our music warehouse. Lucky you're not the one who has to refile all these CDs. Playing everything.
You've got Max 96.7.
Hey, Rip here in the Weidman Ford studio on this Saturday morning. Thanks for the calls. We have a victory. Let's go to the tote line. Here's the question and answer. Who did Jimmy Connors beat to win his very last U.S. Open championship? Was it Wilander, Lendl, or John McEnroe? It was Ivan Lendl. Jimmy defeated the Czech 6-3, 6-7, 7-5, 6-11 to win the 83 U.S. Open at Flushing Meadows. The brash basher of Belleville. He won the Open 5 times. He won every major except the French. He got suspended for a while. He got angry for a while. Didn't show up for a while. It was something. Man, he's 66 now. Still married to former Playboy playmate, St. Louis native Patty McGuire. What about Chrissy? What about our winner is Ray Campworth from Carlisle. He digs up a $15 gift certificate to Home Plate Barbecue and Family Restaurant in Carlisle. A couple notes on some locos. I guess Trevor Richards due to go in a couple days again. He was scuffed up. He was roughed up. No doubt about it. Tuesday night, 1 inning plus. Didn't go well. 3-8, 4-7-3 on the year now, and 21 starts for the Fish of Miami. And Josh Toley's season is over with the Double-A Erie Seawolves, a Detroit farm club. 21 games there, a homer and 10 ribbies, and his average ended up at 238. That's where he rounded off. So we'll see what direction his career, if he's kind of on that bubble. If he's gonna revive it full time, gets another crack at the bigs, whatever come next year, a little winter ball, whatever. Maybe he'll end up in the broadcast booth. He did some of that for the Blue Jays in the spring. In fact, we caught up with him from Cleveland. Oh man, Burt Reynolds, yeah, not just an actor. He played at Florida State. He was a running back there. Burt Reynolds, of course, passed away. He was roommates with Lee Corso. Tremendous athlete, really. The injuries caught up with him, a knee injury, and then he re-aggravated that when he came back and lost his spleen. All that. Several of us, we had a chance encounter with Burt and his gang at Jilly's in Chicago after they were filming the movie Driven, and the whole gang came in, and that was in 2000, I guess, and wow, what a blast. What a blast. Coming up Monday night, we're back to Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. This Monday from 6 to 7 is McKendree football coach Mike Babcock, and from the Central Cougars, their soccer coach Keith Patterson. Monday and Wednesdays, 6 to 7, Saturday mornings, 9 to 10. James Arnold after these. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Brawnability dealer in Breeze. Brawnability features the broadest lineup of wheelchair-accessible vehicles with more brands, entry types, features, and price points than any other manufacturer in the industry. See for yourself at Southern Bus and Mobility why a new or certified pre-owned wheelchair-accessible Brawnability vehicle is the only way to go. Call 526-4131 or stop by just east of Breeze on Old Route 50.
Nordyke Funeral Home is thinking about your future and offers secure, pre-planned funeral arrangements, relieving the emotional burden for those you love, allowing you to express your own wishes, and assures peace of mind with financial concerns when your family needs it the most. Nordyke Funeral Home has 5 locations in Albers, Aveston, Breeze, New Baden, and now Carlisle. Visit NordykeFuneralHome.com or call 588-3533. Striving to earn your family's confidence and trust, Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations.
Moving forward requires taking that first step. And when it comes to your future, your first step should be Kaskaskia College. With more than 50 degrees and 100 certificate programs, Kaskaskia College can prepare you for a great career, your next promotion, or set you on your educational path. Life is too short to wait. Take your first step to success with Kaskaskia College. Learn more today. Call 545-3040 or kaskaskia.edu.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Hello one more time. We're up here in the Weedman Ford studio. Let's gather up the H&H Computer Services guest line for Modern Day Night soccer coach James Arnold. Welcome back, James.
Hey, Rip. How's it going?
It's going just fine, even though it's another sloppy, dreary, wet day, but weather. And there we go. Thank Gordon for that, I suppose. But you are, 7 matches deep into the new season. It's going pretty well for you. I know you're coming off a shutout loss, though, to Marquette Thursday. That stuff happens.
That stuff does happen. Hey, they were the 1A state champ last year, and, they took the bump up to 2A this year, and that was, man, that's the best team we've seen so far.
Yeah, they've been dynamite forever, right? They're always good.
Oh, yeah.
So, but 3-0 was the final, just one in the first half? Is just one goal notched by them?
Yeah, we gave up 1 in the first and then kind of held our own for a little bit in the second and gave up 2 kind of late.
Any good chances, really good chances for you?
I think they outshot us probably 25-1.
25? Holy cow.
But our goalie stood on his head, though, made 22 saves, some really good saves. But no, I mean, it was tough. They were a good opponent.
My goodness. And just before that on Tuesday, you sized up your only deadlock of the year against Waterloo, 0-0 draw.
Yeah, and that's, I think in the past 11 years, I think we're 2 wins, 7 losses, and 2 ties against them. So that's a really good result for us. That was another really good team that we played last week.
This has been a stout week for you, isn't it? Now you have Highland coming up today. Is that correct?
Yeah, we got Highland in a couple hours. That'll be a fun one. And then it doesn't get any easier for us. We've got pick up Alton on Monday, and then we start traveling and bouncing around.
You're playing a lot, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
That's what you want to do, I do suppose. But so 3-3-1, is that it? Is that where you stand right now?
Yep.
3-3-1, and the schedule is good. You just tossed in a little bit about that, and it's also changed from a year ago or past years. You weren't in the Metro Cup this fall.
Yeah, it ended up happening every year. I mean, and I don't want to knock the Metro Cup. I love that tournament. It's been really good to us for 10 years, and heck, Mater Dei was already in it before I even took over the head coaching job there. It's a really good tournament, but we just were running into a situation where we were playing the same teams over and over, and then we see them in season. Last season, because of the Metro Cup, we played Freeburg 4 times. And you play them twice in a tournament, and then once in the season, and once in the playoffs. It's redundant for both teams. It doesn't do either team a whole lot of good. And we split with them last year, 2-2. But yeah, there's just too much redundancy, and I think it also allows the kids to. I think there was a red card or 2 when we played Freeburg in one of the games, so it just makes for a chippy atmosphere.
You got a little too familiar, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Freeburg, as I scan quickly, it looks like you have them on the schedule just once, at least on the regular season, Mark, right?
Yep, we'll play them probably not this coming week, but the week after that.
Now, who did you pick up in place of the Metro Cup opponents?
Picked up some pretty good games, actually. We picked up O'Fallon High School, Alton Marquette, Granite City High School, and Father McGivney.
Father McGivney. Have they been around longer than I think? How long?
I think they're in their 5th year now.
Oh, okay. All right, so they are creeping up there just a little bit. But the schedule itself, maybe even more so now, it includes a lot of just really kind of daunting squads there. And you have Central. You've already played Breeze Central, haven't you? You blanked them.
Yeah. We played them last Saturday, and we got a nice 2-0 win against them.
Never on the edge. Did you notch a goal in the first half, or was it all in the back half?
We split. We got 1 in the first and 1 in the second.
Okay, split them up. So are you in any tournament then, James?
We are not this season. That's another big change. We got out of the tournament game for now.
Were you in a couple in the past then? One besides the Metro?
Once upon a time, we used to play in one, the Carnville Cup. We won that one a couple of years back, and we got out of that, and then we moved on to the Alton tournament. Then the dates changed, and we ended up getting out of that. You're
free, man. It's you schedule who you want completely now, huh?
Yep.
Which is all right. So, but it's a good team at 3-3-1, and that's on the table with, of course, good players in the rearview mirror from graduation. There are always a few that lap off. Yeah,
we graduated 11 seniors last year, and
11.
I believe 9 of those seniors started. So it's a new squad this year. We got just a whole lot of new faces. I think at this point we're starting three freshmen, 4 sophomores, 2 juniors, and 2 seniors. So we're young, but they have appetite. They're hungry. And they click. They have meshed so well in such a short amount of time that they hang out together. The parents hang out together. Everybody's kind of getting along right now.
Oh, man, watch those parents. Keep an eye on them.
I don't know what you're talking about. They're a lot of fun.
Now, did you lose your best goal scorer from a season ago?
I think we pretty much lost everything.
You lost everything. But was it Drew, Tony's, or Tony's?
Yeah, Drew graduated. And yeah, I mean, we've had some shoes to fill, and I think we just look different than we have from years in the past. And right now, it's definitely going to be a score by committee. I think we've only scored 8 goals, but I think maybe 4 different kids have scored so far.
And a season back, you were 13-10-1, went to the regional final again. I know you're used to winning that, so you want to get back there and carve out a championship again when that time rolls around.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to be ready for that.
Oh, you lost your goalkeeper too, in one sense. Well, you did. I mean, you had one that graduated, but another aspect, you have one returning too, who's been remarkable for you. You mentioned him, Justin Fritsch. He's back. He was out with an injury, correct?
Yeah, he's got in a bad situation. He broke his arm, and it never really healed right last year, and it kept him out all season. But he's back now. I think it may have taken a game or 2, but I tell you what, if you would have watched him this past week, you'd understand that he is back, and he's back in a big way. He in between the 2 games this week, I think he's made over 40 saves and only given up 3.
That's an awful lot of shots on goal, isn't it? So he's getting a workout. He can't fall asleep back there, but that's fantastic. Hey, what's the rest of your normal lineup look like, James?
We have Max Arad at left back for us. He's a senior. He's been there. He's probably got the most varsity minutes out of anybody on the team. We started with the new center back, Logan Matson, this year. He's a sophomore. Didn't necessarily play a whole lot there last year. Was more of a midfielder for us. And then we got Drew Tasker, junior, starting at right back. And then we have Josh Schmidt, a sophomore, starting at center mid for us. Quinn Rockers, a freshman, starting at center mid for us. Nick Faust, a junior, starting at center mid for us. And then we've kind of done some different things out on the wings. But so far on the left side, we have Landon Albers starting out there for us. He's a freshman. And then out on the right, we're kind of platooning between Tyler Robertson, a freshman, and Ryan Clancy, a junior, who also is a solid cross-country runner.
Okay.
And then we have Luke Albers, a junior up top, partnering with Carter Ritzheimer, a sophomore up top. So, I mean, you look across the board, we're young.
Young, and you have what, maybe 3-4 freshmen sprinkled in?
Oh, yeah. And that's a good thing.
Sure. Yeah. You want them to become sophomores and juniors and so forth. But who would be, if Justin were to take a break, a match off, whatever the case, who's the backup goalkeeper?
Right. I mean, Ryan Clancy, the winger and cross-country runner.
That kid stays in shape, doesn't he, between soccer and cross-country?
Oh, he's putting in the miles, that's for sure.
He's certainly. What do you think the average player runs in a match? I mean, I've heard before, but I can't remember what it is. It's quite a bit.
I'm not sure about the high school match, but as you get up to the professional level, anywhere from 5 to 7 miles.
5 to 7. Okay. Carter Ritzheimer, he paves the way with 3 goals.
Yep.
3 goals.
He's got some. He's a good track runner, and he's got a lot of speed, and he can get in behind the back line.
So he's got all of the qualities, right?
Yeah, he's going to be a solid striker, and it's great to see that he's young.
But is that you're going to need a little more scoring? I know you have, maybe you said 4 different guys score, but you need a little more punch probably to really have a real outstanding season.
Oh yeah, and we're working on some things right now. I think we'll be able to figure that out. Just some of these kids are just learning new positions. Some of them were in different positions last year, and we're trying to get the forwards involved, trying to get our midfield involved. But it's tough. It's tough against the Waterloos and the Marquettes to figure that stuff out. It's tough against the O'Fallons, but that's why we play those games. It makes us better because if we can figure out once or twice against them, the teams that we have to beat when we have to beat them, we will.
How many years have you been hanging around the MD program now as the head coach there, or in full, whatever, James? We've been talking for a while now.
Yeah, this is year 11.
Year 11, and pretty good crew as far as an assistant or two.
Oh yeah, I've been lucky enough ever since I started out there. I started off with a gentleman named Brian Kennedy. Everybody knows him as Pops. He was around forever. And then he actually really kind of started soccer out in Clinton County.
That's what I thought.
But he gave way to my buddy Jesse Essen Price, who is the girls' head coach at Mater Dei now. Then Jesse kind of stepped away from the boys' program, but his 2 little brothers helped me out, Wyatt Essen Price and Ryan Essen Price. And now I know I'm getting old because I have a former player as one of my assistants now too.
Great. Who's that? Who's that?
Max Etter.
Very good. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, you are getting old, man. Jeez. I only wish I was as old, in other terms, as young as you. But no, that's great. And you've got a long season ahead of you yet. At 500 right now, things can only get better. But what time's the match? When you face off today against the Bulldogs?
We're going to kick off. Well, our JV match is going to kick off today at 1:00, and I imagine the varsity matchup will probably kick off about somewhere in that 2:30 range.
On the nice turf.
On the turf, yep.
Okay. Going to be a little slipping and sliding, though, or even with that?
It might be a little slick, but
normally when it's colder.
Yeah.
You should be okay, though. All right. Well, James, appreciate it. Have a good rest of the campaign. There's a long way to go, so Thanks for coming on.
All right. Thanks, Rip.
James Arnold of the Mater Dei Soccer Nights. Thanks to him, and also to Jim Stiebel of the Mater Dei Football Nights, and Scott Warrensman on scores and stuff. Ray Camperworth wins trivia this morning. He dots a $15 gift certificate to Home Plate Barbecue and Family Restaurant in Carlisle. It's a nice casual dining experience. I think I'm going to mark down a Thursday morning. I need some of that pancakes and bacon. Yeah, bacon, of course, so forth. We'll see you Monday with Mike Babcock and Keith Patterson and more Talking Sports. This is Talking Sports, real sports talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Traditions Portrait Design in Carlisle. For photography, business, and professional service, it's Traditions. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. First Bank in Breeze. Lee's Sports in Nashville. McKendree University in Lebanon. Country Financial Representative Marvin Gerdes in New Baden. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7.